Good afternoon, all. Welcome to the lecture of number 3. I'm audible?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. So in last lecture we have seen what is a binomial coefficient and how to use our mathematical induction. Okay. So today we will start our first unit, which is nothing but the divisibility theory. Unit first, divisibility theory. Okay. So before going to its definition, that is what is a divisible. Okay. So first tell me, whenever we will divide one integer by another integer, whether the resultant will be always an integer. Okay. That is if a and b be any two integers, and we will divide this a by b or b by a. If we divide a by b, then a by b, then b must be not equal to 0, and whenever we will divide b by a, then a is not equal to 0. Okay, for our convenience we will take a b both are greater than 0, or a and b strictly less than 0, but they are not equal to 0. So just take a and b are such integers which are not equal to 0. Now tell me, whenever we will divide an integer b by an integer a, then whether the resultant will be always an integer,
No.
which is not possible, since whenever we will take b equal to 3 and a equal to 2, then 3 divided by 2 is nothing but 1.5, and that one is not belonging to set of integer, so the resultant is always not an integer. Okay, so see the definition of divisibility. An integer a, an integer a is said to be divisible by another integer b, here b, as we have divided this a by b, then b must be not equal to 0, then only we can divide a by b. So b is not equal to 0 if there exists an integer, that is either it is positive or negative integer q, such that a is nothing but b into, sorry, as here we have to divide a by b, then a must be a of this form, that is a equal to b into q, and it is denoted by a is divisible by b, or b divides a, and it can be read as a is divisible by divisible by b, or b divides an integer a. Okay. So whenever a and b are any two integers, then an integer a is said to be divisible by another integer b. As it is divisible by another integer b, it means b must be not equal to 0 if there exists an integer q such that a is equal to b into q. That is, whenever a is divisible by b, then a must be a multiple of b. That is, it is q times multiple of b. That one is nothing but a. So here a is a q times multiple of b. Okay. In other words, we can say that a is a multiple of an integer b. A is multiple of integer b. For example, whether 13 divides 39. Yes. whether an integer 39 is divisible by 30.
Yes.
Okay, so what is the, by the definition of divisibility, what is the value of q here?
3.
So here 39 is nothing but 3 times multiple of 13, which implies q is nothing but 3. Okay, now there is one note. First one, if b divides integer a, it implies b is not equal to 0. Whenever b is any integer which divides an integer a, then whether negative of b also divides a. Yes or no? जर एखादा इंटीजर दुसऱ्या इंटीजरला डिवाइड करत असेल तर तो डिवाइड करणाऱ्या इंटीजरचा जर आपण निगेटिव्ह घेतला तर तो पण त्याला डिवाइड करेल का? फॉर एक्झाम्पल हियर 13 डिवाइड्स 39, वेदर -13 also divides 39.
Yes, sir.
Which implies minus b also divides a, because a equal to bq. Since whenever b divides a, it implies that a is the multiple of b. We can write it as minus of b into minus q also. So as here a is equal to minus b into minus q, then by the definition of divisibility, as here is minus q times multiple of minus b, which implies minus b also divides a. Okay, so whenever an integer b divides an integer a, then my negative of that b also divides a. Okay, some important results. First one, a divides 0 for any a not equal to 0. Okay, so an integer 0 is divisible by every non-zero integer. Okay, and 1 always divides every integer. That is, every integer is divisible by 1, and each element is divisible by itself, but it is not equal to 0 then only. Okay, so here there are three conditions, that is three properties. First one is nothing but whenever a is not equal to 0, then it must divide 0. Okay, that is, it means that every non-zero integer divides an integer 0. Second one is nothing but every integer is divisible by an element 1, and last one is nothing but every non-zero is divisible by itself. Okay, second one, if a divides b and b divides c, then what is the relation between a and c?
A divides C.
A must divide c, which is by the transitive property of divisibility. Third one, if a divides b and c divides d, then a into c must divides b into d. Since as here a divides b and c divides d, then the multiple of ac must divide the multiple of bd. Okay, here this one is nothing but c divides d. Now fourth one, if a divides b and a divides c. So here a is an integer which divides both the integers b and c, which implies a must divides any linear combination of this b and c. Okay, for all xy belonging to set of integers. Okay, whenever there is one integer which divides the two integers b and c, then that integer must divide the linear combination of b and c also. Okay, now the last one is nothing but if a divides b and b divides a, then what is the relation between a and b?
A equal to B.
Kika. For example, 2 divides minus 2. Minus 2 divides 2. Whether 2 and minus 2 are same. Whether an integer 2 is equal to minus 2. असा आहे का? Both are the same. 2 and minus 2.
AB equal to BA.
We have to find out the relation in between A and B. As it the multiplication is commutative with respect to this operation, then AB must be equal to BA. But we have to find out the relation in between A and B. Whether A is equal to B. तुम्ही म्हणलेलं तर पॉसिबल नाही आहे. 2 डिवाइड करतो -2 ला -2 डिवाइड करतो 2 ला, पण 2 हा -2 च्या इक्वल नाही आहे.
AB divides BA.
अरे त्यात नवीन काय आहे? ए बी बी ए ला ऑलवेज डिवाइडच करेल ना. ए बी ची व्हॅल्यू बी ए च्या सेमच असणार आहे. वी हॅव टू फाइंड आउट द रिलेशन इन बिटवीन ए अँड बी. ए आणि बी मध्ये काय रिलेशन असेल एवढंच सांगा. ए बी बी एचा काही संबंधच नाही. असे दोन इंटिजर मिळू शकतात का ज्यामध्ये ए बी ला डिवाइड करतो, बी ए ला डिवाइड करतो, पण ए हा माझा स्ट्रिक्टली ग्रेटर दॅन बी असेल किंवा बी हा माझा स्ट्रिक्टली ग्रेटर दॅन ए असेल. असं पॉसिबल आहे का कधी? येस.
A equal to BQ.
अरे ए जर बी ला डिवाइड करत असेल, सॉरी बी जर ए ला डिवाइड करत असेल तर इक्वल टू बी क्यू माझ्याकडे ऑलरेडी आहेच की. ए आणि बी मध्ये काय रिलेशन आहे म्हणजे याचा अर्थ हे होतो, एक तर ए बी च्या इक्वल असेल, ए इज स्ट्रिक्टली ग्रेटर दॅन बी, बी इज स्ट्रिक्टली ग्रेटर दॅन ए, ए इज ग्रेटर इक्वल बाय बी, बी इज ग्रेटर इक्वल बाय ए, ए इज नॉट इक्वल टू बी. हे रिलेशन असतात ना. मग ए इज इक्वल टू बी क्यूचा काय संबंध आहे? If A is
Not equal to B.
A is not equal to B. Take same integers 2 and 2. A is also 2. A is equal to 2 and B is also 2. Then 2 divides 2 and 2 divides 2. Then A must be equal to B. 100% म्हणू शकत नाही ना तुम्ही A हा माझा B च्या इक्वल नाही म्हणून. Okay, so if A divides B and B divides A, then A must be equal to plus or minus B. Then only it is possible that A divides B and B divides A. Either A is equal to B or it is equal to negative of B. Then only it is possible that A divides B and B divides A. Okay. Next, there is one example. If C is equal to ax plus by, ax plus by, and d be another integer which divides a, but d does not divides an integer c, that is which is linear combination of a and b. Okay, so here c is nothing but ax plus by, that is it is linear combination of a and b, and d is another integer which divides a but it does not divides c. Then we have to prove that d does not divides b. Okay, so see the solution. As here we have given that d divides a, so he has d divides a. Then by the definition of divisibility, whether a is equal to d into q or d is equal to a into q, by definition of divisibility, yes, whenever d divides a, then which one is larger?
A.
As d divides a, then a must be multiple of d, which implies there exists an integer q1 such that a is nothing but d into q1. Okay, but c is nothing but ax plus by. But here we get the value of a as d into q1. Put that value d into q1 x as it is plus by. Okay, now here we have to prove that d does not divides b. For proving this, we will assume d divides b. So let d divides b. Okay, if d divides b, then again there exists another integer q2, another integer q2 such that this b is a multiple of d. Okay, let's take this one as 1, this one as 2, and this one as 3. Now put the value of b into, put 3 into, we get, what is c then? D into q1x plus b is nothing but d into q2y. So d take d common, which is nothing but q1x plus q2y. Now here x and y are any two integers, q1 q2 are also integers, then the linear combination of these four integers is again a integer. So it is nothing but d into some k dash, where k dash is nothing but q1x plus q2y. Okay, so as here c is equal to d into k dash. Now here we have to apply the definition of divisibility. As c is k dash times the multiple of d, then d must divide c, which is by the definition of divisibility. By definition of divisibility. But whether this one is possible, d divides c. As here we have already given that c is an integer which is linear combination of a and b. D divides a, but d does not divides c. But here we get d divides c. So this will be wrong, and this will be a wrong. This will be contradiction to our given statement, that is d does not divide c. So this will be not possible, and this will be get, that is d divides c. This will be wrong. It means d does not divides b. Since here as we have assumed that d divides b, then only we will get a contradiction to our given statement. So our assumption will be wrong. That is this assumption, d divides b, will be wrong. It means d does not divides b, which implies d does not divides b. Okay, so there is one integer d which does not divide the linear combination of a and b. Then either d does not divides a or d does not divides. Okay. Second example. If an integer b divides a and a is an positive integer, then integer b is not numerically greater than an integer a. Okay, so here we have given one integer a which is a positive integer, and there is no restriction on an integer b. But we have to prove that whenever b divides a and a is positive integer, then b is not numerically greater than a. It means the modulus value of b is not greater than the modulus value of a. Okay, now just where we have to apply the definition of divisibility. As b divides a, which implies there exists one integer q such that a is nothing but b into q. But we have given a is a positive integer, which implies modulus of a is equal to modulus of b into q. But a is positive integer, it means its modulus value will be same as the integer a. So a is equal to modulus of b into q. But b is any integer, so modulus of b into q must be greater than modulus of b. Sorry, the value of b. Since b is integer, q is also integer, whenever b and q both are positive, then bq must be greater than b. Okay, that is it is greater equal by b. Whenever q is equal to 1, then modulus value of b is same as the value of b whenever b is greater than 0. Okay, and if suppose minus b is minus, that is b is negative and q is also negative, then negative negative is again positive, so modulus value will be same as BQ. So in this case also BQ is greater equal by B. But if suppose this B is negative and Q is positive, then its multiplication is negative, but as here there is a modulus, then its modulus value will be again positive, but B is negative. Then in that case modulus of B into Q is strictly greater than B. Similarly, if Q is negative and B is positive, then this product is negative but its modulus value is again positive, and it must be greater equal by this B. Okay, so which implies A is greater equal by B always whenever B divides an integer A. So hence the statement. येस, आतापर्यंत कोणाला काही डाऊट?
No, sir.
Okay. Now the next concept is nothing but the division algorithm. Yes. या अगोदर कुठं होतंय का डिव्हिजन अल्गोरिदम आपल्याला? What is division algorithm? What is its use? Actually, this one is one theorem. Yes, what is the use of division algorithm, or what is its statement first?
Make a family. Find out the word from the expression.
Yes.
Vocability तो इनसे काय दिले vocability.
Okay, so first we will see statement. For a given integers A and B, for a given integer
Vocabulary.
A and B, in which B is greater than 0. And here we will take B greater than 0, since here we have to divide this A by B. Okay, so there exist unique integers.
पुस्तक है क्या इंग्लिश से?
Q and R
इंग्लिश मध्ये मीनिंग लिहायचं आहे त्याचं.
सोनूने म्यूट करा तुम्ही स्वतःला.
सॉरी सर.
Okay, so there exist unique integers Q and R such that A is nothing but B into Q plus R. Since we know that whenever we will divide one integer by another integer, then the resultant will be always not an integer. So this will be a theorem that tells us that every integer, that is whenever we divide an integer by another integer, then the resultant will be always not an integer. Since here this R means it is a remainder. Okay, so first let us see the statement where 0 is less equal by R and which is less than B. That is this R is lies between 0 to B, where Q and R are called quotient and remainder respectively. Okay, so here statement is nothing but for any two integers A and B in which B is greater than 0, there exist unique integers Q and R such that A is nothing but BQ plus R, where 0 is less equal by R and which is less than B, where Q and R are called the quotients and remainder respectively. That one we have to prove. That is, we have two integers A and B. Then first we have to prove that A is equal to BQ plus R, and then we have to prove its uniqueness. Since here we have given there exist unique integers Q and R. Okay. So first part we will prove if a and b are any two integers in which b is greater than 0, then an integer a is of the form bq plus r, where 0 is less equal by r and which is less than b. And after that we will prove the uniqueness. Okay, so let us see the proof. We consider the infinite sequence of multiple of b as given below. Okay, so we consider the infinite sequence of multiple of b as given below. Okay, so just we have to take the multiple of b, that is here somewhere 0, b, 2b, 3b, and up to so on. And on this side, minus of b, minus of 2b, minus of 3b, and so on. Okay, so this will be an infinite sequence of multiple of b. That is just it is a sequence of multiples of b. This one is a 1 times b, 2 times b, 3 times b, next 4 times b. Similarly, it is minus of 1 times b, minus of 2 times b, minus of 3 times b, and so on. So it is a sequence of multiples of b. Now, if a be any integer, then either this a is a multiple of b or it is lies between any two multiples of b. Okay, जर b हा माझा greater than 0 आपल्याला दिलाय. ओके, आणखी ही एक सिक्वेन्स घेतली आपण ज्यामध्ये मल्टिपल ऑफ बी घेतला. मग एक जर कोणताही जर इंटिजर असेल तर तो इंटिजर ए हा एक तर एका तरी मल्टिपल बीच्या एका तरी मल्टिपल मध्ये असेल. जर तो बीच्या मल्टिपल मध्ये नसेल तर दोन बीच्या मल्टिपलच्या मध्ये कुठेतरी असेल. ठीक आहे का?
येस सर.
ओके, जर ए आणि बी कोणतेही दोन इंटिजर असतील, बी च्या मल्टिपलची एक आपण जर सिक्वेन्स घेतली, ए हा एक दुसरा इंटिजर असेल तर हा ए एक तर त्या बी च्या मल्टिपल मध्ये असेल, म्हणजे बी स्ट्रिक्टली त्या ए ला डिवाइड करेल, म्हणजे आर रिमाइंडर जो आहे तो त्या केसमध्ये 0 असेल. जर तो इंटिजर ए बी न जर डिव्हिजिबल नसेल तर तो दोन कोणत्याही बी च्या मल्टिपलच्या मध्ये असेल, म्हणजे त्या केसमध्ये तुम्हाला काहीतरी रिमाइंडर मिळेल. ओके, ठीक आहे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, इफ सपोज a is equal to 6, if a is equal to 6 and b is equal to 3, then this 6 is a multiple of this b, that is it is 2 times multiple of 3. Okay, so in that case a is multiple of b. Okay, a is multiple of b. But if suppose a is equal to 7, then 7 can be written as this 2 into 3. That is same case here again. A is equal to 7 and b is equal to 3. Here a is equal to 6 and b is equal to 3. Okay, so whenever a is equal to 7, then here a is not a multiple of this b, since 3 into 2, 3 into 1, 3, 3 into 2, 6, 3 into 3, 9. But this now integer 7 is not a multiple of b, but it is in between the multiples of b. That is, whenever b into 2 is equal to 6 and b into 3 is equal to 9. Since here value of b is 3, but here value of a is 7, so it is in between the two multiples of 3, that is 7 is here somewhere. So 6 is less than 7 and 7 is less than 9. So from that one we conclude that either if a is any integer, then it is either a multiple of b or it is in between the any two multiples of b. Okay, हे clear है?
Yes sir.
Okay, okay. Then obviously either a must be equal to the multiple of b, one of the multiple of an integer b, say b into q, or it must lie between the two multiples of b, between the two consecutive multiples of b, two consecutive multiples of b. Okay, that is, say some bq and b into q plus. Okay, that is, a is always lies between b into q to b into q plus 1. Okay, so a is a multiple of b. It means this case a is equal to bq, and whenever a is not a multiple of b, then it must be lies between the consecutive two multiples of b. So range of a is nothing but bq is less equal by a, and which is strictly less than b into q plus 1 for some integer q, or some q. Okay, which implies, now just subtract both side by minus of b, so that is bq, then it is nothing but bq minus bq less equal by a minus bq, and which is less than bq plus 1 minus of bq. This bq get cancelled, sorry, bq plus b minus of bq. Okay, bq get cancelled, so here it is nothing but 0 is less equal by a minus bq, which is strictly less than r. Sorry, here value of r is, that is a minus bq is strictly less than b. Okay, now let us take a minus bq as r. Okay, so here we have taken a minus bq as r, which implies from this one is nothing but now 0 is less equal by r, which is less than b. Okay, but we can write a as a minus bq, a minus of bq plus bq. Okay, this minus bq plus bq get cancelled, and a is equal to a, that is bq plus a minus of bq. But we have taken, what is the value of a minus bq? A minus bq is nothing but r, so put that value here, so it is nothing but bq plus r, since a minus bq is nothing but, so here we get a is equal to bq plus r, and what is the range of r? This one is the range of r, where 0 is less equal by r, and which is strictly less than b. And I think this one we have to prove. So here we get a is equal to bq plus r, where r is lies between 0 to b, whenever a and b are any two integers in which b is strictly greater than 0. Okay, so here our first part will be proved, that is a is equal to bq plus r, and range of r is in between 0 to b. Now we have to prove its uniqueness. Okay, so the existence part is proved here. This completes the existence part of the theorem. Existence part of the theorem. Now we have to prove its uniqueness. Now, uniqueness of the theorem. For proving uniqueness, we will assume that there are two possible ways of expressing an integer a in the multiple of b. Okay. So for uniqueness, we assume that the possibility of two different representation of a as given below. That is, here we will assume that the two different representation of A. First one is nothing but A is equal to BQ plus R, where range of R is 0 is less equal by R, which is less than B. And second one is nothing but A is equal to B into Q1 plus R1, where 0 is less equal by R1, which is less than B, which is just by the definition of, that is the existence part. Okay. Now here there are two different representations of A. A is equal to BQ plus R and A is equal to BQ1 plus R1 for some integers. For some integers R, Q, R1, Q1. Okay. Now, as here A is equal to BQ plus R and A is equal to BQ1 plus R1. So LHS is same. As LHS is same, then RHS must be same, which implies BQ plus R is nothing but BQ1 plus R1, which can be written as BQ minus BQ1 is equal to R1 minus of R. Okay. Now, this one can be written as B into Q minus Q1 is equal to R1 minus of R. That is, R1 minus R is nothing but multiple of B. That is, it is Q minus Q1 multiple of B. As Q and Q1 both are the integers, then take this value as some K. So R1 minus R is equal to B into K, where K is nothing but Q minus Q1, and Q1 and Q are integers, then Q minus Q1 is again an integer. So it must be belonging to set of integers. Okay. So here R1 minus R is K times multiple of B. As it is K times multiple of B, then by the definition of divisibility, B must divide R1 minus of R. But R1 and R are the any two positive integers. Since here we have given, already we know that B is greater than 0, it means it is always positive, and range of R is nothing but 0 is less equal by R, and which is strictly less than B. It means R is always greater equal by 0. That is, either it is equal to 0 or it is strictly greater than 0. But here B divides R1 minus R. This one is one positive integer, and it divides the difference of R1 and R. But R1 and R both are the integers which are less than B. But here 0 is less equal by R, which is strictly less than B. 0 is less equal by R1, which is again strictly less than B. Now tell me whether it is possible that R is less than B, R1 is less than B, then whether its difference is divisible by B. दोन पॉझिटिव्ह इंटिजर आहेत माझे. बी इक्वल टू सम 5 घ्या. आर हा माझा समथिंग बी पेक्षा लहान आहे 3 घ्या. R1 हा माझा परत 5 पेक्षा लहान आहे, याला 2 घ्या. मग हे जर R1 आणि R बी पेक्षा जर लहान असतील तर त्यांचा डिफरन्स हा 5 ने डिव्हिजिबल असेल का? येस. R1 is an integer which is less than B. R is also an integer which is less than B. Now tell me whether its a difference is divisible by the integer B. Yes. आवाज येते ना माझं? 3 minus 2 divisible आहे का? Sorry, 2 minus 3 which is minus 1. Whether 5 divides minus 1?
No.
मग जर दोन माझ्याकडे लहान इंटिजर असतील तर त्यांचा डिफरन्स हा लार्जर इंटिजरने डिव्हिजिबल असेल का? कारण रिलेशन दिले ना दोघातला. आर हा माझा बी पेक्षा स्ट्रिक्टली लहान आहे. R1 is also strictly less than B. Then and here we get B divides R1 minus R. But as R1 and R both are the integers which are strictly less than B, then B does not divides R1 minus R. But here we will get B divides R1 minus R. So this is not possible. This is not possible. पण हे भेटलं आपल्याला कशावरून? जर माझ्याकडे A चे दोन वेगळे रिप्रेझेंटेशन असतील तर यावरून मिळालं ना आपल्याला B divides R1 minus R. So this one is not possible. As this one is not possible, it means there are no two different representations for the integer A. So here BQ1 plus R1 must be equal to BQ plus R only. It means Q1 is nothing but Q and R1 is nothing but the R, and that one proves the uniqueness of our theorem. Means Q and R must be unique, and that proves the uniqueness. And this is known as division algorithm. Okay. Yes. या theorem मध्ये कुणाला काही डाऊट?
No, sir.
Next, there is one result depending on this theorem. For any two integers a and b, for any two integers a and b, in which b is greater than 0, there exist integers q1 and r1 such that a is nothing but bq1 plus e times of some r1, where 0 is less equal by r1, and which is less equal by b upon 2, where e is nothing but plus or minus of 1. E is a plus minus 1. Okay, so here just we have to use our previous theorem, that is division algorithm. Here just we have given for any two integers a and b. Okay, so a and b are any two integers in which b is greater than 0. Then we have to prove that there exist integers q1 and r1 such that a is of the form bq1 plus er1, where range of r1 is in between 0 to b by 2, that is less equal by greater equal by 0 and which is less equal by b by 2, and value of e must be plus or minus 1. Okay, दिलेल्या स्टेटमेंट मध्ये b ऑलवेज ग्रेटर दॅन 0 का देतात कळालं ना? यस, b हा ऑलवेज ग्रेटर दॅन 0 का असतो?
B is not is equal to
Not equal to 0, since here we have to divide this integer a by b. Okay, so here b is greater than 0, so we have to prove that a is equal to bq1 plus e times r1, where r1 is lies between 0 to b by 2 and e is equal to plus or minus 1. So by division algorithm, we know that by division algorithm, for any two integers a and b, we have for any two integers a and b in which b is greater than 0, we have a is equal to b into q plus r, where 0 is less equal by r and which is less than b, which is just by the division algorithm. But we have to prove that for any two integers a and b where b is greater than 0, a is equal to bq1 plus er1 for some integers q1 and r1, and that r1 is lies between 0 to b by 2 and e is equal to plus or minus 1. Okay, now there are three different cases depending on the relation between r and b by 2. We have to prove that this r1 is lies between 0 to b by 2, but in division algorithm the range of r will be in between 0 to b. Okay, now there are three different cases. In first case, let r is less than b by 2. R is less than b by 2. As here 0 is less equal by r and r is strictly less than b, then it is possible that r must be less than b by 2. Okay, so first case is nothing but r is less than b by 2. As r is less than b by 2, then here we will take q as q1, r as r1, and e equal to 1 in that equation of division algorithm, that is in equation 1. So the equation 1 becomes, which implies a is equal to b is nothing but as it is b, Q is Q1, R is R1, and E is equal to 1. So here we can write E into R1, where 0 is less equal by R, which is less than B. But as here R is less than B by 2, so here we will replace this B by 2, since R is in between 0 to B by 2. But R is nothing but R1. So here we will get 0 is less equal by R1, and which is strictly less than B by 2. So for first case, whenever R is less than B by 2, then A is equal to BQ1 plus ER1, where 0 is less equal by R1 and which is less than B by 2. That one will be proved. Now the second case, if R is greater than B by 2. Case 2, if R is strictly greater than B by 2. Okay, that is, as here we have to check the relation in between R and B by 2. There are three possibilities: either R is greater than B by 2, R is less than B by 2, and R is equal to B by 2. So second case will be R is greater than B by 2, which implies the difference between R is strictly greater than B by 2 and R is strictly less than B. Okay, so what is B minus R? B minus R must be greater or equal by 0, since as R is less than B, which implies B minus R is always greater or equal by 0. Okay, so this will be always greater or equal by 0. And as R is greater than B by 2, it means R is greater than the half of this B. Okay, so B minus R must be less than B by 2. कारण R हा माझ्या B च्या हाफ पेक्षा मोठा आहे. म्हणजे जर B मधून मी जर R सबट्रॅक्ट केलो तर हाफ पेक्षा लहान व्हॅल्यू राहील. ठीक आहे का?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so as here 0 is less equal by B minus R and which is strictly less than B by 2. Now we will consider this one as this B minus R as some R1 and we will form A. Okay, so now from equation 1. Now from equation 1. What is equation 1? A is equal to BQ plus R, where 0 is less equal by R and which is strictly less than B. Okay. Now we can write this A as A is equal to B into Q plus 1. It means it is nothing but BQ plus B. As here there is extra B, then we have to subtract the B. So BQ plus 1 minus of B. Since this one is now becomes BQ plus B minus B. Plus B minus B can cancel. So just here we have BQ. Okay. And plus R as it is. So just write it as B into Q plus 1. Take minus common, then it becomes B minus of R. Okay. So A is nothing but B into Q plus 1 minus of B minus R. BQ plus B minus B get plus B get cancelled. So actually A is nothing but BQ plus R. Okay. Now take Q1 as Q plus 1 and R1 is equal to B minus R and E is equal to minus 1. Then put that value here, which implies A is equal to B as it is. Q plus 1 is nothing but Q1. This minus 1 becomes now E. So plus E. B minus R is R1. So it is A equal to BQ1 plus ER1. And the range is already here. 0 is less equal by B minus R. But what is the value of B minus R? Which is R1. So which is R1 and which is strictly less than B by 2. So in second case also A is equal to BQ1 plus ER1, where 0 is less equal by R1 and which is strictly less than B by 2. Now the last case, which is nothing but case 3, in that R is equal to B by 2. Okay. Then take Q is equal to Q1, R is equal to R1, which implies A is equal to BQ1 plus ER1. That is E is equal to 1 ER1, where 0 is less equal by R1. Since from division algorithm, just we have to do that treatment. A equal to BQ plus R, in which 0 is less equal by R, which is less than B. Okay, so here just we have to put Q as Q1 plus this 1 into R as E into R1. Since R is equal to R1, now 0 is less equal by R1. This R is nothing but R1 and which is less equal by B by 2. Since R is equal to B by 2. So whenever we will divide that B minus R is nothing but B by 2 only. Okay, so in that case also R1 is less equal by B by 2. Since R is equal to B by 2, R is strictly less than B, but it is equal to B by 2. It means R is less equal by B by 2. So, but R is equal to R1, so R1 is less equal by B by 2. So from case 1, 2 and 3, A is equal to BQ1 plus ER1, where 0 is less equal by R1 and which is less equal by B by 2, and hence the. Okay? Yes, Kunal, काही doubt आहे मला?
No, sir.